How's it going, friends? Baby here, welcome back to my channel. Today we're in Sheldor 573's account for the first time, and we're gonna be pulling everything. This goddamn Orcs Path event, guys, it's very expensive. The higher quality shard, the more points you get per shard. You also get points per artifacts and accessories. Of course, the higher rarity, the better. Today we're helping Sheldor rack up some points for this event. And we're also, and I really don't want to disappoint you, Sheldor, but we have a desire to pull a mythical today. And listen, while it's not impossible, have you seen the Mercy? But maybe, who knows? Maybe all it takes is these lucky fingers. So I'm gonna blow some luck. And we're gonna pull everything. Don't forget to use my promo link to get yourself a free legendary Raphma tab, as well as the epics Takeover, Ugo, and Lady Quillen as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champ. And that is all you have to do to get your free legendary Raphma tab, as well as to Gore, Ugo, and Lady Quillen as you level up in progress. So don't miss out and click on my link right now. Starting from the ancient shards, I'm gonna pull 10 by 10 by 10. We're gonna go through all of them. Let's see. How many points are 10 ancient? Oh my god! Ain't no way! Ain't no way! Ain't no way! I was literally just thinking about Cupidus, and I was looking over at his kit on my own account. Man, if that was my account, the way I would be screaming and jumping up and down. And I literally imagined the scenario where I do get a Cupidus someday, and people do not get why I'm excited. Like, they're like, he's just a mid-champion. What are you getting all stoked about? But you guys don't understand how much I love the character design of Cupidus. You don't understand. You don't understand how much I've craved this armor. If you guys ever see something like this online, just like hit up my Discord and send it to me. I want armor like this. Cupidus is absolutely not as bad as people say. The only thing about him that makes him even better is if you pair him with a Venus. And Venus is a void champion. So I don't know if you have a Venus to make this Cupidus shine. Oh my god, I'm so happy for you. And so happy that I actually do get to pull a Cupidus, even if it's not on my own account. Okay, so Venus, and what they do, the synergy here is that he inflicts 25% more damage and always counterattacks when attacked when Venus is on the same team. Meta. This is an amazing skill. Passive, no cooldowns, but you do need Venus. On his A1, he has an AoE and the damage increases if the target has any debuffs. So bring your debuffers. Attacks all enemies and has a good hefty chance of placing a burn for 2 turns on everybody. A3 strong increased attack on himself and then attacks one enemy. When ascended, he has a chance of placing an HP burn on all enemies for 2 turns. If this attack kills an enemy, this debuff, this HP burn, cannot be resisted. I know he doesn't look like a burn champ, but he definitely looks like a very annoying tank when you face him, except he's not. He's just a fabulous knight in fabulous shining armor. That was so unexpected. That was insane. That took us 10 shards, and we're pumping out legendaries. Unfortunately, there is no champion chase or anything like this that's gonna warrant us getting a legendary and getting so many points. But Fane comes out. But it is what it is. And I'm stoked that I'm still pulling you a legendary. Fane is amazing in Clan Boss. I'm still using mine to this day. I also use her every so often in Doom Tower, Curse City, Faction Wars, of course. But she does the best against single targets. She doesn't do well in arena settings or multiple enemy PvP. She's there as help as a nuker in my Curse City and Doom Tower secret rooms, but she's not my optimal choice. However, she is super good in Clan Boss, and why? On her A3, that's a triple hitter. The first hit has a chance of placing a strong decreased defense, the second hit has a chance of placing a strong weaken, and the third hit heals her by 4% of her max HP for every debuff on the target. So the more poisons, when you have burns, and decreased defense, and a weaken, and a smite, and this and that, she's gonna heal more, making her a glass cannon very good option for clan boss. For also, she brings 5% poison debuffs for 2 turns on a single enemy. And when you ascend her, she also places a strong decrease attack. On her A1, she has a double hitter. And this steal of the turn meter doesn't work in clan boss. Fane is amazing. Hold on to your fame. Moving on. How many more do we have? 49. Let's hit them. Okay. I think so far, from now on, it's mostly gonna be rares. We are getting some occasional epics too, which is only but natural. Chancellor Yasmin has an interesting A3 where she has a chance of removing all buffs from all enemies. It's a 50-50, but when you book it, it becomes a 75% chance. And then she's gonna place a sleep on whoever still has active buffs after this attempt at a strip. The sleep lasts for a turn. She has a solid heal here, but heal is based off of an ally's max HP and not her own. And that's that. Canoness is whatever. Let's keep on rolling. The fact that we hit you a legendary within the first 10 shards, and it makes everything else a little low-key unless we hit a mythical. Old Hermit Yorg is also a pretty good champion. I just recently got him on my account and people told him hold on to him, build him out. He's a great burner. Because it is on his A1 and it is a 40% chance, but he can spam it. He also revives 2 random allies with 60% HP, 40% turn meter fill, and a perfect veil on them for 2 turns, which is amazing. So many utilities in one skill. It is a little slow, however. And a strong increased attack on everyone for 2 turns with a 20% turn meter fill on the same skill. Keep them rolling. That's a lot of food for you as well, so that's it's a win-win situation. We're not really losing much, and we're making you points to get whatever you want, whether that's Packmaster or the Crocod's Soul. Visionary? I pulled a Visionary on my account very, very long ago. I haven't built mine out yet, but people did tell me back then that she's quite good. 19 more Ancient Shards and we are done with this. Let's see what else we get. A Kaboom, Alakazam, Alakazam, Franox. Franox is kind of cool for this. Triple hitter, and each hit has a chance of stealing 1 random buff from the target. And then, if the target has no buffs after this attack, she's gonna place a block buffs. That is on a single enemy though, so like, steal the buffs of the boss kind of thing. She's very niche though in that utility. Okay, now we pull them one by one. We finish up these Ancient Shards. Hello, Rotting Mage. 300 per shard, baby, let's go. Hello, Epic. Crypt Witch. Another champion I'm seeing for the first time. Hello? Ma'am, there's a creature in the back of your head. Well, this chick ignores shield and block damage on her A1. Damn. Moving on. She isn't anything special. I checked. Another epic. What is going on today? Fang Cleric. Yet another niche old champion I'm seeing for the first time. Yeah, that's a reviver. And a 30% turn meter fill. Also places an unkillable buff on the target for a turn and a 15% continuous heal. Damn. That's a good revive. Single target revive. Is he just that, like, healer reviver? Well, that's not a bad champion, or he just reads that way. I'm gonna open my door because you got stuffy in here. Okay, 6 more Ancient Shards. Hit him. Show me what you got. Don't care. Another one. Don't care. Another one. This is painful. Don't care. Another one. Okay, don't care. Another one. Last one. We have 1 more Ancient Shard to go through. Just rares. These just rares. Runic Warder, and final Ancient Shard, guys. The stash is gone, but we hit a legendary with that, which is nuts. A little nutty, if you ask me. Okay, moving on to Void Shards. Maneater and Rio Bone Spear. Checks out. Let's try to hit something here. Boom. These are also very, very painful, these Void Shards. Alright, just this year. Hunting coins, 750 per Void Shard. Hit us. Another rare. That's my celiac. Michaelis. Moving on. Scary business. Pulling outside of 2 X's. Doom Screech. He pops out a lot. It's got a cool turn meter fill here. 30%. It's a lot. Keep them rolling. Oh man, that hurts. It pains me for you.
Oh my God.
It really does.
Oh,
Then it's the Task Knight! No! Moving on. He follows me even on your account, man. I've pulled so many Denids. So many of them, and it's not a bad champion. High respects. It's not a bad champion, but I have genuine trauma from him. Okay, that is Gear Grinder. That's exactly how I imagine a cyborg faction looking. Like, that's exactly the vibe. He also looks like he just exited a hardcore rave. He's a reviver, by the way. Contrary to what he looks like. Let's keep pulling. We have very few left. Seducer comes out. He's not a bad champion either. He has a block debuffs for 2 turns when you ascend them. And ally protection and block damage on himself. Ally protection on everybody, but only when Temptress is on the same team. 2 more Void Shards. I'm nervous. Okay, that is a rare. The Undead Volgoth. Last Void Shard. Okay, it's another just this year, of course. I feel like it's the same champions in rotation when you pull Void Shards. There can't be that very few rares. And you can't just keep spawning rares either. Like, that's absurd. That's absurd. These have clutched the least for me. All across. I will go ahead and I will pull the 4 Sacreds and I will leave these Primals for last because I know that it's the sweetest treat. And now that I've already hit a Legendary, the only thing that can top this is a Mythical. Nice, imagine. We could be besties, we could be twinning. We're gonna pull Sacred Shards. All of them. Everything you have. That hurts. Royal Guard. He's a great champion. Amazing in Spider, amazing in Hydra, amazing in Dragon. Damage increases according to enemy max HP. Quadruple hitter with increased speed and a chance of decreasing the target's turn meter. Another Sacred Shard. I want to drink some water. Please don't surprise me. Oh, Seeker! Oh, the way I'd be so stoked if this was my account! I do not have a Seeker, but I suppose that you have a lot of these epics that I'm talking about here and educating our dear friends with. Seeker works very well with the Mytha in an unkillable clan boss comp. He has a double hitter A1 with the chance of placing a provoke for a turn. This turn meter fill of all allies by 30%, 50% increase attack, and then grants an extra turn on a 3-turn cooldown is massive. And this passive that heals him by 20% HP and places strong increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns when hit with a crit. This is one of the strongest turn meter fills. He's also part of the Batman Eater clan boss composition. There's so many where you can use him in this creature. Traditional teams, as long as they have speed tunes, right? This provoke here makes him perfect to take into Hydra as well for the Head of Decay. Overall, great juice. I'm almost sure you have him though. We'll check in a second. Let's pull these last 2 Sacred Shards. Okay, that is Aina. Mid. One last Sacred Shard. One last time! Okay, that is Skinwalker. It's Buff the Rancid. He's not a bad champion. And we're done with the Sacreds. Moving on to the Primal Shards, which is where I feel immense sense of impending doom. I'm gonna pull 10 all at once. Shucks, are we sure? Really, man? Yeah, I understand. I understand. Okay. 10 and then the last one, and we better clutch. Guys. Oh my god. My heart is pounding. I'm flushed. Claude. Ooh, why do they come out so slow? Kellen. Oh my god! 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 Shut the f up! I cannot believe what just happened. How does this happen? Hello? We almost hit you on nice, by the way. This was 0.00005% away from being a nice the Shadow Thief. But homie, Nell Blackteeth is also yet another arena machine. This form is diabolical, is absolutely nuts. Let me, holy shit. Bro, ain't no goddamn way. Ain't no goddamn way. I'm so happy for you, bro. Sheldor had a dream. Sheldor had a dream that I pulled him on nice. And this is the closest, the second closest that I could muster up, man. This is my magical superpowers. You get the amazing witch. This is Baba Yaga, bro. This is in Bulgarian folklore. We have Baba Yaga. I hope that you remember her by me. Let's read about what she does. On her A1, in her base form, she attacks one enemy, steals 10% of the target's turn meter, and an additional 5% for each debuff on the enemy, and has a 75% chance of placing a true fear for a turn. When you book out this skill, you ignore resistance, so the true fear has a bigger chance of landing. Her A2 steals all buffs from all enemies, decreases each target's turn meter by 10%, decreases each target's turn meter by an additional 5 for each debuff on them, and instantly activates all poison debuffs on all enemies, then places a sleep for a turn on all enemies without poison debuffs. She comes at you, and she comes at you quickly, okay? Her A3 attacks all enemies, places a strong decreased defense, and strong weaken debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. Perfect in a single skill. Makes her very diverse and usable literally everywhere. Fills the turn meter of all allies by 20%. Now Blackteeth's passive on her base form, whenever an enemy receives a buff, is healed, or has their turn meter increased by a skill, she places a 5% poison debuff on that enemy for 2 turns, will ignore block debuffs to place these poisons no matter the protection. Increases this champion's turn meter by 5% for each poison that lands placed by this skill. And here on her A2, she activates them all. Now let's read about her horrific alternate form. A1 attacks one enemy 4 times. Each hit ignores 30% of the target's defense. Each hit also decreases the target's max HP by 25% of the damage inflicted. If the target is not a boss, she's gonna place a shield on herself equal to 25% of the target's max HP. That's when you take her in arena. A2, cut him up. Attacks one enemy twice. Deals 100% more damage to enemies under crowd control debuffs. If the target is killed, instantly activates the Feast of Terror. And the Feast of Terror is the A3 that attacks all enemies, places a true fear for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be resisted or blocked by enemies with 50% HP or less. And on her passive, whenever this champion kills an enemy using an active skill, grants her an extra turn. Each debuff placed by this champion in either form increases her HP, attack, and defense by 2%, that stacks up to 50%, and speed by 2, that stacks up to 50 in her alternate form. Build her as fast as you can with as much accuracy as you can. You don't have to worry about her crit damage all that much because of the poisons here. You can just afford to stack it all in speed, accuracy, some attack, some HP, some defense, of course, and a little resistance. Any of these stats wouldn't hurt, but you primarily focus on speed and accuracy. The cool thing is that both forms kind of need both. You're better off with as much accuracy as you can get for both forms. And a bunch of HP, so they don't accidentally smack you out, you know, first thing first. But if you are the fastest one in arena with Nell Blackteeth, you can immediately place a decreased defense weaken, and then also fills the turn meter of all allies by 20%, and then you get to smack them away with some nuker of your choice, right? But if you are not faster, and if they are first, and they buff themselves, hella, say you're in arena, what you can do is either stick to your base form and steal all of these buffs, decrease their turn meter, and explode all the poisons that they will receive when they buff themselves, heal themselves, increase their turn meter. They're gonna get a bunch of poisons here. Doesn't matter if they have a block debuffs on. You get to steal all of these, activate their poisons, eradicate them. And the ones that don't die will get to be put to sleep, during which you'll switch to your alternate form. You're gonna place a true fear, and it will be irresistible because your enemies will be with less than 50% HP. They won't be able to move, and then you will deal 100% more damage to them. Whenever you kill an enemy, you're gonna hit them with the A3 again. Repeat. I don't even know if I want to pull the last primal shard for you. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm not even gonna talk about the rest. That was the highlight. We do need to pull that one last primal shard though, don't we? So we can finish with the event. We're gonna pull it. We've already gotten what we want, but I will put you one shard closer to your next mercy. And here's your rare. Furry Stroker.
What did he say?
What? Furry. Oh my god, what did I read? Baby Don did it again, guys. Here's your Cupidus. He is for sure not a dupe. And here's your Nell. Oh my god. Okay, we're not twinsies, but we're besties. I hope you're satisfied with your pulls, man. And if you guys want me to pull your shards, you know the drill. Check my Discord down in the description box. Text with me a couple of days in advance so I can arrange and fit you in my schedule. Exercise some luck on your accounts for whichever event you want. Sheldor, thank you for letting me pull on your account. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye! What the fuck?